Hey, it's been a week since the last video. I was pretty beat over it because it was so hot, and once again we're blessed with a hot day. So we're just having a bit of a quick relax before we get into this fuel system, because once this is done, it is quite literally just wiring and we can start it up. Off camera, I've already put both the drive shafts in, front and rear. That came back modified. And I've modified the gear selector and linkage, and that's in. So now it's just fuel system and wiring, and then I can dummy it up and we'll take it for a drive. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, here we go.
So now just let me get it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God I'll get it, bro. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Said I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never rock it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic.
Alright, so here we are under the truck. I had to take that breather line off, if you guys remember from when we were moving the transmission. So this is the breather line that'll go back into the chassis using the existing valves and everything like that. This is the feed line, and this is the return line. So I'm not going to touch the return line, that can stay the way it is because it leads up to the front and it goes back into the tank. Lucky for me, the tank actually has a drain plug in it. So I'm going to undo that and drain the tank, and then what I'm going to do is, as you can see, this is your feed line, and I've got to put a pump and filter assembly in here. So I'm going to have it so the hose dog legs down to the chassis, and I'll mount the pump here and everything on the chassis, and then up here where the line is, I'll actually cut it and flare it, and I'll put the hose here, so it'll quite literally dog leg it off here, come along the filter and pump, and then come back up to here and feed up to the engine. While I'm here, I'll show you there's the new prop shaft. That was short and 50mm, and then it bolts onto the existing new center bearing because the last one was shot. So that's the game plan, isn't it, Rory? Yeah. So as you can see over here, got the drain plug on the tank, so I'll cut scene and we'll drain it. Yeah. Alright, so I hope you guys can see this. You can see the holes. This one here is threaded, and this one here is threaded, but I don't think we're going to make it that long. This is a piece of scrap card that I got, so I'm thinking about utilising this hole, the threaded one, and this one up here. My bit of card fits, so I'll just mark that. As such, mark where the holes are. That's the hole for the breather, so I don't think I'm going to worry too much on that. them and I cut that out, I should be able to slip that up high enough to get it in. I've got net in the way. Like that. Like a glove. So what I'll do now is I'll mark the bottom of the chassis there and there, and that'll give me a straight line to mark from. And then if I grab a ball peen hammer, I can knock that where the hole should be, roughly about there. I might even be able to poke a hole. There. There. And up here. 3 holes. I got my line, cut that out, and then I can figure out how the pump's going to sit on there, and I can mount it using hose clamps and some rubber and stuff. And then we'll bolt it in and see how it goes. So I don't know if I'll be able to use that hole, but I mean I can pack that with some foam so it doesn't vibrate and doesn't cause me noise. But we've got 2 solid mounting holes there, so do that. And then this hose, we can just dogleg it to the pump, to the filter, pump, and then that's just a line up to the supply. And then we can just run some wiring and we'll go from there. So let's see, we'll start into fabricating the plate. Alright, got the template, got a bit of scrap steel that I found, so I'll use that. It's pretty thick, so it's a good solid base. Everything on this project's basically been made to be as cheaply as possible, so that's essentially what I'm doing. I've got bits of stuff everywhere, so if I mark this out, like that, cut it down. Tell you what, arts and crafts in kindergarten paid off, hey? I'll just trim that rough edge off. And there we have it, a template. So I don't know if I'm going to worry about that hole, considered we're probably not going to be able to use it because the side steps are in the way. But what I will do is mark this out and go from there. Wherever my marker is, I'm pretty sure the girls will run off with it. By the looks of it. So, I don't even have a scribe. Right, I'll be back. This is the perks of having your little girls that want to help, you know. I'm sure some of you dads out there will understand. That's why I wanted to get the girls involved in this, so, you know, some of us dads could relate, you know. I live in a shit little town where it's basically every man for themselves, which sucks, but, you know. So I figured if I started this channel and got the girls into it, there might be some dads out there that when we go racing, we can meet up at the track or after, have a beer and a chinwag, you know, talk the family life, stuff like that. So that's my initial goal of this channel. Plus we're going to build cool stuff. I love building cool stuff, so Alright, I will cut this out now and we will find some hose clamps to fit the pump, some rubber and stuff like that. Paint this up and then we'll bolt it in and run the hoses, and then we'll I've got 20 litres of 98 there, so we'll put that in and we'll see if we can prime this bad boy up to where the engine is, and then we'll go from there. Alright? Alright, there's a couple of holes. I'll deburr this and I'll find some hose clamps, and then I'll come back to you and we'll see how we're going to line the pump up and everything like that. So, should be alright. Alright, I'm going to grab another beverage too and bring everything in. I think we've got a storm coming. Alright, so grab myself a fresh beverage. I did find a hose clamp to suit. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it'll work. Custom rubber to suit it. So quite literally, I've marked it out here roughly where it's going to go. You'll probably notice that it's where the hole is, but that's fine because it's not going to go anywhere near that really. So sit that there like that. I'm going to weld the hose clamp onto it, sort of go through there, hold it in position, and then I can bolt the rest of the plate up, and that'll hold it for now. I do have a proper bracket for it, but it's nowhere near the size of this pump for some reason. That's made for an 044 and it's not close enough, so I'll try and find something a bit closer and then revise this, but that's basically how this is going to be. Everything on the out, so you can see how it is, where it is, whatever, and then we'll go from there. So I'll weld that on, and then we'll go bolt the plate under the car, and then we can put this in, run some hose, and sort it out then and there. We can cut the line, and we'll put a double flare on it underneath. We'll do that on the car, it's easier than removing it. And then, yeah, once that's plumbed up, I'll put some juice in the tank, we'll wire this up, and see if we can get fuel to the engine. That's basically it, that's all we got left. So, if this isn't enough footage, we'll start doing the transcooler as well, because I've got the lines and that for that. I'll knock that up. Alright, see how we go. Alright, that's on there. I'll call that a win. I'll clean it up and paint it up, and then we'll bolt it onto the car. So we'll see how we go here. Doesn't look too bad, all things considered, so pretty good. Alright, we'll get onto the car. Alright, so I got the plate made up. Just double check it all. Good, fits in the hole. Look at that. Anybody think I've fabricated before? So put that one in there to hold it all there. Shit in the thread. Bit of nature's Loctite. Like that. And then I got the rubber that was originally, this is off a standard vehicle, so I got the rubber here. I did pre-lube some of this. I think it would help me out, but it probably won't. More than likely going to have to cut this down. Just chop a bit off. Always be careful. Like that. Change my socket over. Now the pump. I'm just hoping this holds it. I lost a quarter drive bit to my tech gun, so I can't quite just gun it up like I love to. Look at that. Solid, hey? It's not touching that bolt. And it is firm. So that, in my book, is a win. So now what I'll do is I'll take this hose here and I'll separate it up here where it is. And I'll bring that down to here and clamp it onto the filter. And then all I got to do now is just cut this line. I'll separate these and I'll cut that line and I'll bend it out a little bit and I'll just double flare it, and then we'll run a hose off this and bring it up and around to it, and then we can just, I'm going to run 12 volts to it off a battery charger and see if we can get fuel up to the top. So that's in place, and we are set to go. Alright, so I've primed the tank and I've hooked it all up to the main line. I'll show you that anyways. I've got a bit of a group chat going for the road crew guys. So you got Glenn and Lachlan there on the phone and all that. They usually get the sneak previews before you guys do, unfortunately. So I've got someone to help me out, and as long as I have fuel come out of this line, quite literally next weekend I will have this running. Come hell or fucking high water, I will do it. So, yeah, so, alright, hook up that terminal and we see what we got.
Ready?
Yep. Yes, alright. It's a V8 Hilux. I mean, I got it, man.
Looks like a golden shower now.
Next weekend, I will quite literally have this running and driving. Hey?
It's only Saturday, man.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Hey?
It's only Saturday. What are you doing tomorrow?
I got shit to do tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Stretch these videos out as long as possible, I say.
Nah, well, it is done, boys. We are in. So I'll make up the power board and relay board and fuse board and all that this week, and I'll put it in and get it wired next weekend. And then I'm driving.
Cheers, big ears. Yes.
Alright. Alright, so as you've seen, we got fuel coming out of the line. I've got to buy some hose for a return line. I've got to buy a little bit of transmission line to go. I got the power steering line and all that mocked up and flares and stuff. Pertec in Fishwick are doing them for me, so I should have them back soon. And then yeah, it's been a busy Sunday, let's put it that way. So all that is being done. So come next weekend when we do this, all I got to do is put the trans cooler in, fill it with fluid. I'll have to get some more power steering fluid, so I can fill up the system and all that. And the wiring. So quite literally, it's just wiring, finish off some of the lines, and I can drive it. You know, it won't be pretty. The interior is not done. Yeah, interior. Yeah, the interior is not done. Got to fill it with fluids and everything like that. There will be more videos on this truck. I've got to do. Well, obviously I'll run it for you, but there is a bloke who's offered me some land to go out and test this thing, see what it's like compared to what it was like as the diesel. So you'll get to see all of that. And yeah, we're just going to beat on it and see what happens. I don't want to beat on it too hard at first because I don't know what's going to break. You got to remember this is a 95 model Hilux with original diffs, gears, everything like that. The swivel hubs need doing. I mean, it needs a lot of maintenance, this thing, so I'll get up on that and do that, and I'll bring you videos as I do them. You know, obviously this will be an ongoing project, being a road driven vehicle, and then yeah, once it's all up, done and everything, we'll get a proper test of it towing the car and everything, because that's why we're doing this conversion, so I can tow the drag car that you all see in the background to the track and go racing. And that, so I want to take it down to my tuner in Hume and get more power put into it and all that, so that'll be its initial test, but I'll drive it around town for a bit first, make sure it doesn't overheat and muck me about, and then I'll take it on one good run down to Canberra and back, and then I've got to take it down to Nowra for engineering, so we'll do that, and then after that we'll test it towing, see what it does. But I can't wait to hear this thing. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got picked the end of bike track. Yeah.
Yeah.
With my bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, then we can take your bike.
And the bike boy track.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tiny about kids. That you watch us.
Alright.
We meet at water bottle. And Murphy in that neck.
Alright. Well, there you go. That's Rora's intake on it. Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So stay tuned. Next week's the big one. I'm going to put the rest of it together. We'll put the trans cooler in, get the wiring done. I'll probably cut a lot of the wiring out. I'll just show the main points because, let's face it, nobody wants to see me run wires. And then after that, we are home and hosed. We'll get the first start up, and I might even see if I can get the neighbour that I bought it off to come for the first ride. We'll see what he says. He's a busy bloke, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so that's all for now. So stay tuned 1 week and I will have this running. I promise you I will have this running. Alright, I'm so tired, but I will get this done. And then after this, it'll be straight onto the larder. And that's not a massive build, it's just a road going resto. I'd like to have it as a daily, so we'll see how we go. Alright, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Helps me out a lot. The girls enjoy watching all the figures and stuff like that. So, yeah, do you want to say like, share and subscribe?
Was very good.
There you go. Don't let a 4-year-old down. Alright, be good.